What if finding your soulmate wasn't a fairy tale dream, but a quest that left you utterly drained? Imagine Sarah, 32, scrolling through yet another dating app. Her thumb hovered over profile after profile, each one a blend of cliches and filtered photos. Loves hiking, coffee, and dogs, they all seem to say. Sound familiar? For years, Sarah had diligently followed every piece of advice. Put yourself out there, they said. Join a club, they urged. Say yes to everything. So she did. She went on countless awkward dates, endured endless small talk, and even braved a salsa dancing class, despite having absolutely no rhythm. But each attempt only deepened the ache in her heart. It felt like searching for a specific grain of sand on a vast beach. The promise of a soulmate, once a beacon of hope, now felt like a cruel joke. Has that ever happened to you? She even consulted psychics, hoping for a glimpse of her destined partner. One psychic told her to look for someone with earthy energy, whatever that meant. Another suggested she visit a specific coffee shop every Tuesday at 2 p.m. Sarah followed these instructions religiously, yet Tuesday after Tuesday, she only found lukewarm coffee and disappointment. Think about the sheer effort involved. The mental energy spent crafting witty messages, the emotional resilience needed to bounce back from rejection, and the sheer time commitment of swiping, chatting, and meeting. It's exhausting. Sarah was reaching her limit. Imagine feeling like you're running a marathon, only to realize the finish line keeps moving further away. She started questioning everything. Was she destined to be alone? Was the whole soulmate concept just a myth? Consider this. A recent study showed that 78% of millennials report feeling burnt out from dating apps. It's not just Sarah, it's a widespread phenomenon. The constant pursuit of the one can take a serious toll on your well-being. Her apartment, once a sanctuary, now felt like a prison, its walls closing in on her single existence. The curated decor, the fluffy pillows, the scented candles, felt like a mocking reminder of the cozy nights she longed to share with someone. One particularly disheartening evening, after a disastrous date with a man who spent the entire time talking about his cryptocurrency investments, Sarah collapsed onto her couch. Tears welled up in her eyes. "I can't do this anymore," she whispered to herself. "I'm done." She decided to delete all the dating apps. She unsubscribed from dating advice newsletters. She even considered selling her apartment and moving to a remote cabin in the woods, where the only company would be squirrels and the occasional deer. She was officially giving up. The quest for her soulmate had become too painful, too consuming. She needed to reclaim her life, her sanity, her happiness. Think of it like cutting off a limb to stop the spread of infection. It's a drastic measure, but sometimes necessary for survival. Now, here's something unexpected. Just as Sarah had completely surrendered to the idea of being alone, something extraordinary happened. After a period, life had a surprise planned when she least expected it that involved a simple knock on her front door. But before I reveal what happened, I want you to genuinely think through what it truly means to abandon a dream and what it costs you to keep chasing after a fleeting shadow. What do you think she found when she opened the door? In the next moments, I am going to open up about how Sarah embraced a life free from romance, only to find out that life can bring you amazing things when you're not looking for them. So, Sarah deleted the dating apps. But it wasn't a snap decision. It was the culmination of years, maybe even decades, of disappointment. Think about it. She'd swiped left and right until her thumbs ached. Endless first dates that led nowhere. Promises whispered in the dark, only to fade with the morning light. We've all been there, haven't we? That feeling of going through the motions, hoping this time will be different. But it never is. You invest your time, your energy, your heart, and what do you get? Ghosting, breadcrumbing, or worse, settling for someone who's just okay. Is okay really enough? Sarah had reached her limit. The constant rejection, the curated profiles, the pressure to be perfect. It was exhausting. She felt like she was auditioning for a role she didn't even want anymore. Imagine the sheer weariness of facing the same empty promises, the same hollow connections, day after day. Small talk replaced deep conversations, fleeting flings instead of meaningful relationships. It became a cycle of hope and despair. The apps promised connection, but delivered isolation. Think about the countless hours she spent scrolling, comparing herself to others. Each perfectly posed picture, each witty bio, chipped away at her self-esteem. Nobody tells you how much energy it takes to maintain the illusion of effortless happiness online. Nobody tells you how damaging it can be to constantly measure your worth based on likes and matches. Believe me, sometimes it costs you your inner peace. The truth? Sarah felt invisible. Despite putting herself out there, she still felt unseen, unheard, and ultimately alone. What happens when this feeling of isolation takes over? What do you do when you're fed up by all of it? That's when she decided to give up. She was tired of chasing a dream that seemed more and more like a mirage. She sold her car, so to speak. She embraced the idea of being alone, of building a life for herself, independently of romantic relationships. It was a difficult decision, a surrender of sorts. But it was also liberating, and that's what we are going to find out about. Will she find what she expects, or will life surprise her with something completely different? Stick around. You're about to find out. She was done. Completely finished with the dating scene. After deleting all those apps, Sarah started picturing a different life. A life on her own terms. No more awkward dates. No more ghosting. It felt good. A kind of peaceful solitude. It was liberating, wasn't it? But life had other plans. This leads us smoothly to the unexpected twist that will change everything for Sarah. One afternoon, lost in a book and enjoying a quiet afternoon, a knock echoed through her apartment. Knock, knock, knock. Annoyed at the interruption, Sarah debated ignoring it. Probably just someone trying to sell something, right? But the knocking persisted. Sighing, she marked her page and headed toward the door. She peered through the peephole. A man stood there, holding a small package. He had kind eyes and a hesitant smile. Could this be something important? Or just another nuisance needing her attention? Sarah opened the door a crack. "Hi," the man said, his voice gentle. "I'm Mark, your new neighbor. I noticed you hadn't picked up this package, and it looked important." He held out a small, rectangular box. It was addressed to her. Sarah was surprised. She hadn't been expecting anything, and she definitely wasn't expecting a friendly neighbor. After her disastrous experiences, weren't new people always trouble? "Oh, thank you," she managed, taking the package. "I wasn't even aware it was there." "No problem at all," Mark replied. "Welcome to the building, by the way. I hope you like it here." He paused, then added, "I'm having a small get-together this weekend, just to meet everyone. I'd love for you to come if you're free." Sarah hesitated. A social event? She had envisioned peaceful weekends alone. But Mark seemed genuinely nice, and honestly, could it hurt to step outside your comfort zone? The truth is, sometimes the greatest surprises come when you least expect them. "That sounds nice," she said, surprising herself. "What time?" Mark's face lit up. "Great. It's Saturday at 7, just 2 doors down. I'll keep an ear out for you." As Sarah closed the door, she looked down at the package, then back at her book. Suddenly, her afternoon solitude felt a little less appealing. This unexpected encounter throws Sarah down a completely new trajectory. And it all started with a knock. What's she going to do? Stick around. That's what we're going to find out next. As Sarah glanced at the package and back at her book, a nagging question bubbled up. Why not go to the get-together? After all, Her soulmate wasn't going to magically appear while she was reading, right? That evening, Sarah found herself standing awkwardly near a table overflowing with snacks. Small talk hung in the air like the scent of cheap pizza. Then, Mark approached, a genuine smile lighting up his face. "Hey, Sarah, glad you could make it. Come meet some people." He introduced her to a few neighbors, a retired teacher who told hilarious stories about her students, a young couple obsessed with their rescue dog, and an aspiring musician with a penchant for experimental jazz. Okay, maybe this wasn't so bad. Mark made sure Sarah wasn't left out, subtly steering conversations her way and pointing out mutual interests. She learned that he was a software developer who volunteered at a local animal shelter in his free time. Not bad at all. You know that feeling when you click with someone unexpectedly? That's what Sarah started to experience. The conversation flowed easily, laughter erupted frequently, and for the first time in a long time, Sarah felt seen. "So, Sarah, what exactly does a soulmate sketcher do?" Mark asked, leaning in with genuine curiosity. That question opened the floodgates. Sarah eagerly shared her passion, describing how she uses her psychic gifts to help people visualize their potential partners. As she spoke, she noticed Mark listening intently, his eyes sparkling with interest. Later, as the party wound down, Mark walked Sarah to her door. "I had a really great time tonight, Sarah," he said, his voice a little softer. "Maybe we could, I don't know, grab coffee sometime?" Sarah's heart did a little flutter kick. "I'd like that, Mark. I really, really would." This is where it gets really interesting. Little did Sarah know, Mark harbored a secret fascination with psychic phenomena. Here we have an unexpected bond, forged through shared laughter and mutual curiosity. Could this be the start of something truly special? Or will their budding connection fizzle out like a poorly made latte? Keep watching, because there's so much more to discover. Following their coffee date agreement, a new chapter unfolds for Sarah and Mark. What might seem like a simple invitation to coffee actually opens the door to something far more profound. Remember Mark's fascination with psychic phenomena? Well, this is where it gets interesting. He's not just curious. He's been experiencing peculiar dreams lately, dreams that feel incredibly real, almost as if they're glimpses into another world. He's hesitant to tell anyone. What will they think? That he's nuts. Sarah, on the other hand, knows this realm well. As they sit down at the coffee shop, Mark nervously broaches the subject. He starts to describe these vivid dreams, filled with symbolic imagery and intense emotions. He struggles to find the words, fearing embarrassment. "It's like I'm living another life when I sleep," he confesses, avoiding eye contact. Crazy, right? But Sarah doesn't laugh. Instead, her eyes widen with recognition. "Tell me more," she urges, leaning forward. As Mark continues describing the recurring locations and the mysterious woman who appears in these dreams, Sarah's heart skips a beat. She recognizes the places he describes. A hidden garden, a moonlit beach. She's dreamt of them too. "Wait," she interrupts, a shiver running down her spine. "Have you ever dreamt of a garden with a willow tree and a stone fountain?" Mark stares at her, stunned. "Yes. How did you know?" This shared dream experience is more than just a coincidence. It's a potent indicator of a psychic connection, a merging of souls on a subconscious level. It explains why they felt an instant spark, a sense of familiarity despite only just meeting. This explains why they felt like they knew each other for years. Think of it like this: two radio antennas, tuned to the same frequency, picking up the same signal. Their minds, their souls, are resonating, creating a bridge between their waking and sleeping worlds. The shared dreams aren't just random images. They're glimpses of a shared destiny, a connection that transcends the ordinary. Sarah's ability to sketch soulmates isn't just a parlor trick. It's a window into these very connections. This shared experience is a sign. But a sign of what? And will it lead to love, heartbreak, or something else entirely? Let's find out. So, Mark and Sarah are connected through dreams. It sounds amazing, right? But dreams can be deceiving. This is where things often get tricky, folks. This excitement, this hope, it can all be threatened by something we all face: external doubt and fear. Think about it. They start telling their friends, their family about these shared dreams. What do you think happens? Do they get unwavering support and high fives? Nope. More likely, they're met with raised eyebrows, skeptical questions, maybe even outright laughter. It's that dreaded moment. You're dreaming the same things? Seriously? That's a little out there, don't you think? Someone might say. Or the classic, maybe you're just stressed. It's probably nothing. Suddenly, Sarah and Mark aren't just dealing with an amazing possibility. They're battling the negativity swirling around them. Doubt creeps in. Is this real? Are they crazy? It's a painful place to be. This external pressure can be crushing. Sarah, who already carries the weight of her unique sketching ability being viewed as unrealistic, now has this added layer of scrutiny. Imagine that feeling. That inner critic growing louder because of what everyone else is saying. It's isolating. External doubt isn't just about being told something isn't real. It's about the fear of being judged, of being seen as foolish. What if they're wrong? What if this beautiful, exciting connection is just a figment of their imaginations? This fear can stop you dead in your tracks. It suffocates the hope, the excitement. Mark and Sarah must navigate the storm of disbelief. Will they crumble under the weight of other people's opinions? Or will they find the strength to trust their own experiences, to nurture this extraordinary connection despite the doubts swirling around them? This is a crossroads. What they do next will define their journey and reveal just how strong their bond truly is. The next step, how they deal with the naysayers, or not, is key. So Mark and Sarah are facing doubts. Big doubts. Doubts that whisper lies about their soulmate connection. Friends, family, they just don't get it. But what happens when Sarah decides to trust herself? That's where it gets interesting. This leads us directly to Sarah's leap of faith. It's a bold move. It's a decision to trust her intuition. Not easy, right? Especially when everyone around her is planting seeds of doubt. Maybe it's just a coincidence, Sarah. Sound familiar? See, doubt is a master manipulator. It makes you second-guess everything. Did I really feel that connection? Was it just wishful thinking? Sarah felt this pressure. The weight of everyone's skepticism. It almost crushed her belief. The fear of being wrong is huge. It paralyzes you. But there was this nagging feeling deep down. A whisper that said, "Trust yourself, Sarah. You know what you felt." This inner voice, her intuition, was the only thing cutting through the noise. It was Sarah's compass, pointing her toward her truth, no matter how crazy it seemed to others. This is where many people give up, by the way. They listen to the noise. They cave to the pressure. They betray their inner knowing. Don't be that person. Sarah almost did. She really did. So, how does Sarah do it? How does she push past the doubt and embrace her intuition? What does she do to actually listen to that inner voice? Well, let's break this down into 3 keys so you can do it too. First, quiet the external noise. That means limiting exposure to the skeptics. You don't need to announce you are shutting them down. Just stop talking about it. You don't need their negativity right now. It's time to create space for Sarah to hear herself. It's like turning down the volume on the TV so you can hear someone speaking softly. Second key, daily mindfulness. Even 5 minutes of meditation can make a world of difference. Close your eyes, focus on your breath. Ask yourself, what do I truly feel about Mark? What's my gut telling me? Write it down. It's essential to create space for your own thoughts. It's about actually being present with your feelings. See what truths bubbles to the surface. And the third key, perhaps the most important of all, Are you ready? Act on your intuition, even in small ways. Sarah decided to visit the coffee shop where Mark always goes, not because anyone told her to, because she felt like she should. This small act of trust becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. It reinforces her belief in her intuition. Because if she hadn't listened to herself that morning, she would have missed out on what was about to happen next. Sarah's trust, fueled by her intuition, led her straight to Mark's coffee shop. She didn't know what was coming, but she felt it. It wasn't just hope, it was a knowing. Inside, the aroma of coffee beans swirled in the air, a comforting backdrop to a nervous flutter in her stomach. Mark was behind the counter, talking animatedly with a customer. Sarah almost turned around. Second thoughts crept in. Was she reading too much into this? But the now familiar pull, that intuitive tug, held her there. The customer left, and Mark looked up, his eyes widening as he saw Sarah. "Sarah, what a surprise," he said, a genuine smile spreading across his face. I was hoping I'd see you again." He paused, took a breath, then said, "There's something I need to tell you, something I should have said before." He glanced around the cafe. "Could we maybe talk outside? It's a bit quieter." Outside, standing near the entrance, Mark began to fidget. He was usually so confident, but now it was clear he was nervous. He started, stopped, then finally blurted it out. "That Soulmate sketch? It wasn't just a job for me. When I sketched you, I felt something, a connection. It sounds crazy, I know. But I think I might be the one in the sketch." Imagine the shock that ran through Sarah. She nearly missed a breath. All of her careful hope and trust were now being tested. Was this too good to be true? Had intuition guided her correctly all along? What would you even say? This wasn't the calm customer service you expect. "It's not just about the sketch, Sarah," Mark continued, seeing her speechless expression. "I've been drawn to you since the moment we met. Your energy, your spirit. There's something special about you. And sketching you, it just confirmed what I already felt." He paused again. "I know this is a lot to take in. I didn't want to scare you away, but I couldn't hold it in any longer." He explained he hadn't said anything before because he was afraid of ruining their professional relationship and afraid of rejection. That fear had held him back, but seeing her there, drawn together by fate or intuition, gave him the courage to speak. This revelation is game-changing. Up to this point, Mark was just a sketcher, with Sarah wondering if fate might bring her soulmate to him. Now, could he be the soulmate? The pressure is on. This bold confession by Mark could be the ultimate confirmation. Or it could be a well-intentioned mistake that ruins everything. What decision is Sarah going to make? So, Sarah's got a huge decision. Mark just laid his heart on the line. Is this the dream or a disaster? Well, even true soulmates face hurdles. It isn't always rainbows and sunshine. Let's dive into how overcoming challenges actually makes that bond stronger. Think of it this way. Imagine a superhero origin story. Are they awesome from day one? Nope. They stumble, they learn, they grow through adversity. Relationships are the same. The first key thing to remember: communication is your superpower. I know, it sounds cliché, but how you communicate, that's game-changing. Don't just talk, truly listen. Hear what the other person is really saying, even when it's hard. Think of it like tuning into their specific radio frequency. Instead of only hearing static, you get the real message. It works like this. Mark says he's nervous about continuing to work together if Sarah doesn't feel the same. Sarah, instead of just saying, "It's fine," acknowledges his fear and then shares her feelings honestly. Next up, embrace vulnerability. This is where things get real. Nobody wants to show their weaknesses. Trust breaks down without vulnerability. It creates distance, confusion. This isn't easy, but it's necessary. Think of vulnerability like taking down your emotional shields. It leaves you open, yes, but it allows for deeper connection. Without it, you're just two robots going through the motions. No authentic spark. Imagine you're building a house. Vulnerability is the mortar. It holds everything together. And finally, celebrate growth, individually and together. Relationships shouldn't stifle. They should inspire you to be your best selves. Support each other's dreams, even if they seem crazy. Think of it like this. Each challenge you overcome together, it's a level up. Some couples grow apart. Soulmates, they'll grow together. Remember that friend who started running? They became way more interesting, right? The same goes for love. Shared growth keeps the relationship fresh. These three elements, the ingredients for a soulmate story that lasts. So, what will Sarah choose? Will she embrace this challenge and see where this connection leads? Or will fear hold her back? So, what will Sarah choose? Remember, relationships need work. Growth is essential. And that choice? It's where the magic happens. This leads us to how Sarah and Mark navigated their journey, together. Communication became their compass. Not just talking, but truly hearing each other, listening, understanding. What were their fears? Their hopes? They shared it all. This vulnerability? It was their superpower. Think of it as building a bridge, brick by brick. Every shared thought, every fear addressed, another brick in place. See, many relationships fail because one person stops listening. They assume they know what the other is thinking. Big mistake. Active listening is a game changer. Sarah and Mark made it a priority. It's like having a map in unknown territory. Communication guides you, but vulnerability? That's scary, right? Nobody tells you how to show those raw, unfiltered parts of yourself. The truth is, it's risky. What if they reject you? What if they laugh? But without that risk, there's no real connection. It's like keeping your best recipe a secret. You might protect it, but you never get to share the delicious results. Sarah went first. She shared a fear. Mark reciprocated. A bond formed. Now, supporting each other's personal growth became their shared mission. Remember the running friend? It's the same principle. Stagnation kills relationships. Sarah always wanted to try pottery. Mark secretly dreamed of writing a novel. Instead of seeing these as threats, they supported each other. She joined a pottery class. He blocked out time to write. It wasn't always easy. There were doubts. There were frustrations. But they cheered each other on. Imagine Sarah covered in clay, laughing, feeling truly alive. Picture Mark, finally putting words on paper, finding his voice. Their individual passions fueled their shared connection. This isn't just about hobbies, though. It's about becoming better versions of themselves and sharing that journey. It can be easy to fall into a routine, but sharing some growth keeps things spicy. This brought them close and helped them grow stronger. This is how their journey proves it's worth it. That close bond Sarah and Mark cultivated, it started with simple signs. Recognizing those signs, that's your key. This takes us straight into Luna's wisdom. How do you actually recognize soulmate signs? Let's break it down. It's not always fireworks. It's subtler, more real. Think of it as a gentle nudge from the universe. First, instant comfort. Ever met someone and felt instantly at ease? Like you've known them forever? That's huge. It's not just politeness. It's a deep-seated feeling of belonging. Why does this happen? Your souls recognize each other. It's like coming home. Imagine a world with no worries. A warm blanket on a cold night. That's comfort. That comfort is valuable. Next up, shared values. This goes beyond liking the same movies. It's about core beliefs. What's important to both of you? Honesty, family, kindness. See, when values align, decisions become easier. Less conflict, more understanding. Imagine trying to build a house, but your blueprints clash. Total disaster, right? Shared values? Like building together with the same plan. Thirdly, effortless communication. Can you talk about anything, even the uncomfortable stuff, without judgment? Do you feel heard? This is key. It's not about constant agreement. It's about feeling safe enough to disagree. Many people struggle with this. They keep things bottled up. This leads to resentment. Communication isn't always easy, but with a soulmate, it flows. It makes sense. Communicating openly promotes growth. And now, for something most people miss, growth support. Does this person encourage your dreams? Do they push you to be better? Even when it's hard? This isn't about changing you. It's about supporting your journey. A soulmate sees your potential. They want to help you reach it. Negativity will drag you down. It can feel draining. They should empower you. What happens if they don't? You stagnate. You feel stuck. So true growth support is vital. It's like sunlight for a plant. Finally, a deep sense of peace. This is the big one. Even amidst chaos, do you feel a calm presence with this person? Is there drama or harmony? A soulmate brings peace, not perfection, just peace. A soothing, calming sensation. It lets you breathe. A lot of people settle for turmoil, constant ups and downs. With a soulmate, your heart finds rest. It finds safety. It's truly special. See how those signs worked in Sarah and Mark's story? The comfort, values, communication, growth, and peace? They're all there. Your journey proves you can discover these signs too. So Sarah and Mark found their way, proving that those key signs, comfort, shared values, effortless communication, mutual growth support, and deep peace, really do lead to soulmate connections. They're not just nice ideas, they're real markers on your own path. Now take a moment. Close your eyes. Picture feeling that comfort with someone, that sense of coming home. Think about easily sharing your deepest values and seeing the world through similar eyes. What would it feel like to communicate without even needing words sometimes? Just knowing. Imagine the joy of growing together, each supporting the other's dreams. And most of all, feel that deep, unshakable peace that comes with truly being understood and loved for who you are. This isn't a fantasy. It's what's possible when you recognize and nurture those soulmate signs. Ready to turn that possible into reality. Here's your chance. Click the subscribe button right now. Why? Because I'm dropping a video next week that dives even deeper into identifying your soulmate's unique energetic signature. Miss that, and you might just walk right past the one without even realizing it. Hit subscribe and the notification bell so you don't miss it. But it doesn't stop there. Scroll down and smash that like button. Give this video some love. All right, now, get this. In the comments, tell me one thing from Sarah and Mark's story that resonated with you. Was it the way they supported each other's dreams? Or how they communicated so easily? Or that feeling of comfort they found? I am going to personally respond to the first 50 comments. Ready? And hey, sharing is caring. Know someone who's searching for their soulmate or struggling in their current relationship? Send them this video. It might just be the spark they need to ignite their own love story. One small share could open a whole universe for someone. Now let me give you a sneak peek into something mind-blowing I'm working on. It lets you harness the power of numerology to find the hidden key of anyone's destiny. This isn't just some random number generator. It's a deep, personalized reading that can change everything. I'll be revealing how to access this in an upcoming video, so stay tuned. Remember, finding your soulmate isn't about luck. It's about knowing what to look for and being open to love. It's about understanding that you deserve a relationship filled with comfort, shared understanding, and unwavering support. A partner who helps you become the best version of yourself. Don't settle for anything less. You got this. So, you see, recognizing a soulmate isn't about grand gestures all the time. It's often about the little things, the subtle signs that whisper, "This is right." Think about the times you've felt truly understood, truly seen for who you are. That's often the magic of a soulmate connection. But let's dig a little deeper, shall we? Because sometimes these signs can be a little sneaky. They might be there, but we're too busy or distracted to notice them. So how can we become better at spotting these soulmate signals? First, and this is a big one, pay attention to your intuition. Your gut feeling is often smarter than you think. Has there ever been someone you just clicked with instantly? Someone you felt like you knew forever, even though you just met? That's your intuition talking. Don't ignore it. It might be leading you to something amazing. Now consider conflict. No relationship is perfect. Arguments happen. Disagreements are normal. But how do you and this person handle conflict? Do you fight fair? Do you listen to each other? Do you try to understand each other's perspective? Or does every disagreement turn into a shouting match with no resolution? Soulmates might still disagree, but they find ways to work through it together, respecting each other even when they don't see eye to eye. They view disagreements as opportunities to understand each other better. Let's explore the exciting idea of shared purpose. It's not just about liking the same movies or enjoying the same hobbies. It's about having a similar vision for your lives, a shared goal that you're both working towards. This could be anything from wanting to raise a family, to wanting to start a business together, or even something as simple as wanting to make the world a better place. When you and your soulmate share a purpose, it's like having a built-in compass guiding you in the same direction. Think of it this way. A couple decides they both want to dedicate their lives to helping animals. They might volunteer at a shelter together, donate to wildlife conservation organizations, or even start their own animal rescue. Their shared purpose isn't just a hobby. It's a driving force that strengthens their bond and gives their relationship meaning. It gives them something to be passionate about, together. All right, let's shift gears and talk about something super important: unwavering support. A soulmate isn't just someone who's there for the good times. They're someone who's there for you even when things get tough. They believe in you, even when you don't believe in yourself. They're your biggest cheerleader, your rock, the person you know you can always count on. Imagine you are going through a really difficult time at work. You doubt your skills, your confidence is at rock bottom, and you're seriously thinking about quitting. A true soulmate wouldn't just tell you, "Everything will be all right." Instead, they'd sit with you, listen to your concerns, help you brainstorm solutions, and remind you of all the amazing things you've accomplished in the past. They'd offer practical support, whether it is helping you update your resume or practicing interview skills with you. This unwavering support is a hallmark sign of a soulmate connection. Now envision this. You're feeling vulnerable, maybe sharing a secret you've never told anyone. A soulmate creates a safe space where you feel comfortable being your true, authentic self. They don't judge you, they don't criticize you. They simply listen and offer support. This sense of safety and acceptance is incredibly powerful, and it allows you to build a deep, intimate connection. So consider this. Do you feel truly comfortable being yourself around this person? Do you feel like you can share anything with them without fear of judgment? If the answer is yes, then that's a very good sign. It means you've found someone who accepts you for who you are, flaws and all. Think about personal growth. A soulmate doesn't hold you back. They encourage you to become the best version of yourself. They challenge you to step outside of your comfort zone, to pursue your dreams, to learn and grow. They celebrate your successes and support you through your failures. It's about evolving together as individuals and as a couple. Want an example? Let's say you've always dreamed of starting your own business, but you're scared to take the leap. A soulmate wouldn't laugh at your dream or tell you it's too risky. Instead, they'd help you research your business idea, create a business plan, and connect you with people who can help you get started. They would push you gently out of your safe harbor. They push you not because they want you to change, but because they want you to be happy. And finally, let's consider the value of empathy. Can your partner genuinely put themselves in your shoes and understand your feelings, even if they don't necessarily agree with you? Empathy is truly stepping into another person's world. It's about connecting on a deeper level and validating each other's experiences. All right, one last thought to keep in mind. Trust your instincts. If something feels off, it probably is. Don't ignore red flags or try to convince yourself that things will get better. Sometimes the person you thought was your soulmate turns out to be anything but, and that's okay. It's better to recognize the signs and move on than to stay in a relationship that isn't serving you. Trust your wisdom. Finding your soulmate is a journey, not a destination. And remember, it's possible to have more than one soulmate in your lifetime. These soulmates may appear in various forms: romantic partners, friends, family members, or even mentors. Be open to the possibility and trust that the universe will guide you to the people who are meant to be in your life. Stay focused. So, now that you know the signs, go out there and start looking. Pay attention, trust your gut, and be open to the possibility of finding your soulmate. Your journey to a deeper, more meaningful relationship starts now.